everybody. I am so excited right now. Got Henry Crockett, Vegas,
What's going on? What's
very
going
own
on?
entrepreneur. Hi, Henry. I am so happy you here and find the time out your busy schedule to come talk to me today. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing amazing. It's a pleasure of my own to be on the show. You got a good little
Oh,
thing
thank
going on
you.
here.
Thank you. Thank you. And I try to keep it diverse, but sometimes I have my hip hops, my sports, but at the end of the day, no matter what you into, it all falls back down to business. So what better guest is to have my businessman swag. Everybody, you can follow him on Instagram under businessman swag. He's the founder of the clothing line Plug out here in Vegas. He's also the owner of Stuff My Turkey restaurants, which I love to go eat at. One of my favorite soul food restaurants in Las Vegas. Don't tell my sister that because Sweet Ernestine in Flint, she'll kill me. But that's another thing. And also, Henry is my insurance agent. No, let me take that back. Not agent, broker from State Farm Insurance. So,
Yeah. Nah, and I be checking for them tickets, making sure you don't get none of those.
Be speeding, Henry. I do not be speeding. It's so funny because when I see you out in Vegas and I'm drinking, I just put my drink down. Like, oh, there go my insurance, man. I ain't drinking in front of him. I ain't catching no DUI today.
Nah, I'm not in the underwriting process, so you all good. I ain't gonna
So
be
I'm
raising the
all
rate.
good. But I've been doing business because Henry, you're one of the African American males out here that does very respectable business out here in Las Vegas, and
Appreciate that.
even with my homes, my properties, my cars, I just know I'm in good hands when I just call Henry about it. But even you also do mentorship.
That's
It
correct.
was times like, Henry, I need a corporation. What do I do? Like, what's the next step? And I get nervous and then I call Henry.
Nah, yeah, that piece has been one of those things because I didn't have that growing up. So I try to be that source of information for everybody else around. There is no success without a successor. So try to
Right.
breed what I know and pass it on to the next.
And you do a good job and thank you for it. We appreciate it.
Nah, I
You're
appreciate
always
that.
there. Sorry about that. You're always there for the community. But when I first met you, it was State Farm. Okay, we're going
Mhm.
to get into the restaurants and the clothing line, but when I first met you, it was State Farms. What inspired you to go and get, you know, a brokerage there? Why insurance? You know what I mean?
Insurance kind of fell into my lap, to be honest.
Okay.
It started out where I had another friend of mine who was doing lucratively in insurance, and I was in the car business, and he kind of connected me as like the referral guy, right? So I would refer him insurance, and it came to a point where uh, I was making a transition, and he decided to bring me on as like one of his reps, and he made the biggest mistake of all time. He
What he
showed me
do?
how much money he was making.
Ah!
Man, he showed me that check, and I thought to myself, "There's no way I'm helping this dude make this
Right.
much money." And I got
Right.
this little check, so I and then I went and called the guy for a quote, and he was like, "Man, why? How are you working in somebody else's office? Why you don't have your own?" And I was like, "I don't know if I can. I didn't know what to do." And
Okay.
he referred me to a recruiter, and that was all she wrote.
And when she referred you to the recruiter, it was the recruiter of State Farm, right?
Correct. Yeah, the
Okay.
recruiters for State Farm, and she took me in and showed me the what it took to get applied. You got to go through like a screening process where they actually screen you, and they do your interviews and all of that to make sure everything is straight. And then after that, you got to go put it all together. Sorry, my dog understands hand signals. I got to signal him out sometimes. He
It's
be doing too
okay.
much.
Well, Bully chick is one of my favorite things. So, dogs, hey, they're welcome on the show. If they bark or be noisy, we do not discriminate. We love the animals here on the Yayo show. So please, you can even show them if you want. We
Yeah,
love the animals.
he
Okay.
trying to get on. We might catch him later. If he start
Yeah.
to barking too much, I might move him or something. But nah, we'll
Okay.
do what we
No,
can.
don't
We'll
worry.
minimize it.
Okay. Then after you went into you started another venture, and you're the founder of the
Right.
clothing line Plug. Tell us a little bit
Uh
more
huh.
about your clothing line.
So plug is this right here. It's personal lending you game,
Mhm.
PLUG. Um, and basically what it was brought on is kind of what you talked about, a little bit of that mentor kind of platform or process where basically what I do is I try to lend information to others to help them find success in both either their business or personal things, opening up something inside the city, trying to become a business owner, or just kind of helping youth improvement. So, plug is that. I'm that person who's lending game, and it's been working.
You the plug.
I am.
You are the plug. And you deal with a lot of people being with the plug is with your business. We see you a lot. I see you on the ground. I see how you be shining, you be doing your thing, you know. Anything like how you want to make plug go up to the another level? What's next for the company?
Well, yeah, right now, we basically are about to launch our gear as far as on the platforms where other people could purchase it. It's
Okay.
been it's been an exclusive brand for now, where only people who
Right.
uh basically qualified could get to the brand.
Hmm.
But we're changing that, and we're going to go public basically on November 1st.
All right. Well, I would love to put the merchandise on my platform also. Give
That's him. I had to get him put away.
him this shout out. Give the puppy this shout out.
Nah, that's Big Blitz, man. He's a
Okay.
105-pound Doberman.
Oh, wow. Beautiful dogs. One of the smartest dogs in the game is the Doberman.
Yeah,
Breeded from the tax collector himself.
that's what's up.
Now I'm getting hungry, so it's time to really talk now. Now we got to get talk to business. I was there visiting your restaurant, stuffed my turkey in on Decatur and Sahara, right?
Right? Yep.
On the
Sahara
corner of
indicator.
Decatur. Yep. And the food was phenomenal. It was just, and the service was great. Even the reviews for the restaurant is very high. So congratulations. I'm happy that that's going on for you. Why stuff my turkey? What made you from a business, from clothing, for car insurance to selling cars? How did you leap off into the restaurant business?
I got lucky. Um, sometimes it's knowing the right people and knowing what tools to use.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't have any restaurant background. I'm proficient
Right.
in putting together a business. So, at the time, a group of my friends, we were sitting around and we were thinking about a restaurant opportunity. Um, and I'd always had a dream of doing like turning a state fair into a restaurant.
Okay.
So, and another friend of mine was like, "Oh man, what's really gonna pop? It's like turkey legs. Man, that would be cool." And thinking of that idea of trying to do turkey legs, funnel cake, and like Kool-Aid at first, and then the transition to where um, I got with my found out he's my cousin, but he started out my partner Joe. Found out we
Right.
were actually related. Got with him because he had a soul food background and he had done restaurants in the past, so he was able to structure the restaurant. Um,
Okay.
then when it came down to the cooking, we tried out various options, and we had a person from Texas who was kind of explaining to us that in that region, they were kind of known for like stuffing turkey legs and doing stuff like that.
Okay. Right.
And the business model just lined up after hearing all the information. I was just sitting around. And I said, "Man, I know the name. It's gonna be
Right.
Stuff My Turkey." And uh, from that point on, it just started to transition. We started selling that Kool Aid. I've been a Kool Aid man since I was 6, so I've been a
I
Kool Aid
was
man
too.
already. Um,
A
And
close friend
then
of the family. Call me Kool-Aid.
and then we had a perfect opportunity for a location on the strip. We were blessed to get that. We got a
Right,
temporary lease there before they tore the building down. Um, and that blessing just advocated us to an opportunity to kind of excel because we were able to get to the masses. It was right after
okay,
the pandemic. People were starting to travel. So we were actually known nationwide before we were known locally.
right.
Um, and that helped big time because then when we moved locally on Sahara and Decatur, like you said, we were able to still bring that tourist traction off the strip to come and see us. And then they started telling the locals, and now we've just become this thing that's a well-oiled
It's just
machine.
that thing. Okay. Whatever you put your mind to. But what do you tell people that get discouraged? Because business 101, you went against the grain
Right.
just a little bit. They always tell you never get involved into a business you know nothing about. And
True.
me being in the restaurant industry and a bartender in Vegas and casino, I know about that business. But for you not having a restaurant background and still made it very successful, you know what I mean? Like, was it more of the dedication, the hard work? Tell us what made it work for you to make it, you know what I mean? Or was it because you had more money to put behind of it? What was the
No.
sauce? What's the secret to the sauce?
I
You know
mean,
what
I
I mean?
mean, the true secret is it's not investing money, it's investing in knowledge, right? So for
Okay.
me, my investment in knowledge was my circle that I was able to build around, that built with me as well. Like we
Bam.
came together, right?
Right.
So my cousin slash partner Joe, his wife Marissa, they had already had this process of owning restaurants down packed. So for me to
Right.
say that I just want to jump in the lane of doing restaurants would have been foolish. But to say I would love to jump into a restaurant with you two, um, that became a no-brainer because number one, they had a proven concept as far as running restaurants. Proof of concept was there. The proven concept of my ability to market, bring people to the room, the front forthcoming of it. You know, I've done that in every business I've had. I've had to generate my own leads in insurance. I had to generate my own customers in the car business. I got to generate my own consumers even for my retail products. So I know how to find a client. I know how to build a relationship. Um, so those combinations of skill sets, along with their ability to be superb in the kitchen and running the structure of a restaurant, because I didn't know the structure either.
Right.
So I had to rely on a perfect team and then be a valuable teammate to them, right? Because if I wasn't, they could have just said, "Man, we'll do a restaurant on our own."
Right.
So um, man, just sometimes the perfect relationship is, they say don't mix business and pleasure and do things like that, but um, in the right situation, it always makes sense.
It does make sense.
And the biggest thing I think I attribute, like even merging with someone else with doing business is we already know how we gonna break up. Like the breakup was the first thing we talked about. Like if this don't
Okay.
work, if we got our differences, how do we separate ourselves from this process? So there's never a drag line of ill will throughout the process.
Okay.
The way you come in is exactly how you're gonna come out of this. And by
Okay.
knowing that, it takes a lot of the pressure off. You know what I mean? I mean, I know even I hate to take it to relationships, but you know how people are so against prenups. But the one thing I tell you about a prenup, at least there's no argument when the things don't work out, right?
When it doesn't work out.
Right. And then you actually prevent yourself from saying what you shouldn't say because a lot of times they could be amicable, right? You could work a
Right.
relationship out. But in a bad breakup, once they start telling lies or they start, going after stuff that they didn't help you get or
Yeah.
vice versa, now it's no turning back. But if you've
Right.
already got the breakup outlined before signing the papers, y'all might stare in each other's eyes and want to give it one last shot. So
Okay.
um I think it's important to definitely know that. Know how you break up just as much as how you know how it's supposed to look while you together. And
And doing business is like a relationship, and they say marriage is like a relationship, a business relationship. Also,
right,
marriage is a business. Let me, re say it. Marriage is like a business, and a lot of people is against prenup. Like, why are you going into this business knowing that you're going to fail? But, you know, that's the first time from hearing it from a businessman. Hey, but in reality, it makes sense. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if it don't work out, this is what it's going to be.
Right. Now we're not till because if you don't have that understanding, you get towards the end and things get real complicated, right? Now you got ill will feelings wondering, are they gonna take this from me? Are they gonna take that? How do I protect myself from this? All
Right.
my protections are in place already. All their protections are in place already. If we were to decide to walk away from this, we understand what it looks like. We've already agreed. While we were on good terms, we made these agreements. Trying to make an agreement on bad terms is terrible.
Right.
Um, and I think that's where it's helped me. It's probably helped them too, because we do have our conflicts, right? We
Right.
we bump heads, but we know that the reward that we currently are gaining is bigger than what we gain if we were to break apart, because it's already in stone. We know what breaking apart looks like, and this
Okay.
looks better than that. So
Okay.
we keep it going. Like,
All right. Well, that's pretty good. But one more thing I would like to ask you before we start wrapping it up. Do you see franchises or just new locations? What's next for Stuff My Turkey?
that's the complicated question right now. I mean, obviously, um, they basically want us to have two before we consider franchising anyway.
Okay.
So we're venturing into a program right now. We're taking it to Houston, Texas. So Stuff My Turkey Houston is up and coming. Matter of fact,
Okay.
I ain't mean to do this, but I think I got my Rain
Yeah.
Houston, Texas,
Hey,
and
Houston.
right, and
Yeah.
inside of Rain, we're gonna be putting in a Stuff My Turkey location, and we'll be
Oh,
introducing the brand to Houston. So we're,
okay.
we're going
So
right into the competitor's mouth.
right, and Houston is pretty much what it's known for. The Stuff My Turkey kind of, stuffed turkey. That's where it
Right,
got kind of popular at, is in Houston also. So you're going straight to the competition and willing to take it all
man.
on.
Look, I look at the big businesses. Everywhere you see a McDonald's, is a Burger King 2 blocks away. So you know what I'm saying. We okay
Right,
with being the Burger King to their McDonald's. Um, and if they decide to get out of this lane, and we'll gladly start to wear the crown as the true Burger King. But man, it's been pretty much just a process of us just trying to figure out what the audience wants, right? Every city, especially urban city in the country, wants us to kind of facilitate their location now. And being in Vegas isn't that urban at all, and to have
right,
found so much success, the culture here is limited a little bit. A more cultural city, um, we're expecting big success. Inside of Rain, there'll also be a nightclub, so it'll it'll be a little bit more of a restaurant club-ish kind of style,
right,
where the atmosphere is a little bit more of a party, and brunch parties and stuff like that.
right,
We haven't really introduced that to the Vegas market, only because it's a, like I say, it's a tight niche when it comes to the community for that here. And
right,
we don't want to dig our fingers in lanes that's only going to cause us more problems than success. So we're
right.
happy with what we got going on.
Well, I am happy for you guys. Is there anything else you want to tell the crowd? Like, what's your Instagram handle, Facebook, on Stuff My Turkey? I can leave everything in the description, everybody down below on my YouTube channel. Make sure everybody follow. Anything else you need them to know?
Man, I'm just the person lending you games. So you can look me up on Instagram. You can reach out to me if you need any mentorship. I've been doing that now for the last 2.5 years on more of a business model platform. Before, I was just answering questions. The restaurant is a great eat if you're in Las Vegas. Stuff My
Yeah,
Turkey 702 is the Instagram. Again, we're on Sahara Indicator. We get a lot of celebrity stars, a lot of great faces to pull up into the building. It's a great
right.
look, it's a great eat, and it's a great vibe. And I just want to give a shout out to my partners, Marissa and Joe. Without them, there'd be no Stuff My Turkey.
Hey,
Uh,
shout out to them.
my My team at the insurance office, Mary and Jeanette, they keep everything going for
And
me.
I had to call them yesterday. I
Man,
think they talk to me about once a month or every 2 months. Sometimes I have a dream I'm buying a new car and I have to call them and be like, hey, what will the insurance be on this thing right now?
oh man, yeah. Well, hopefully they give you the same great service in the dreams that they do in
They
real
take
life.
such good care of me. I don't even like calling you anymore. I lost your number because I call
Ah,
him. I don't even talk to you.
nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
He
Cause
at the
this kid,
dealership, like, let me call them.
nah, that's crazy. But I
Uh,
mean,
uh,
that's an attribute to good teams, and you know what I mean, being
right.
able to help things work out. Again, Houston, Texas is coming soon. You know, my brother Five out there. You know, so I'm looking forward to new big things and being able to put those together. Last but not least, coming real soon are some featured films. I've got some new films I've been putting together, so
Okay.
um, to go along with the ones that have already been out. So we're gonna
Okay. So
take a look
we're
at this,
working on
man.
the move.
Yeah. Big
Oh,
screens is next. You know, we done with the little box. Try and go to the big screen.
big
So
box. Oh man. Well,
we'll
thank
see.
you so
Thank you,
busy man.
thank you,
So
thank
I'm
you.
not gonna keep you all day. And I was just wondering also if you can please come back to the show and let me know when the movies come out and we should be having a better conversation of bigger and better things. How about that?
Oh man,
Oh,
I'm definitely dialed in. You got me for life.
thank you. I appreciate you. Thank
All
you.
right.
And everybody, thanks for joining us. Subscribe to that YouTube channel and make sure you check us out every Tuesday. The Yayo Show is dropping. And have
The
a good night,
Yayo
everybody.
Show.
Yeah,